I actually remember the last time I filmed.
It was in here.
Yeah, but I've not done a podcast in over a month because the last podcast I did would have been in Escort.
So this podcast is the first one.
The first official podcast in here. I don't think I'm going to have many because I'm only here for a short amount of time, but
yeah,
this is the
settings are good though. The settings are nice.
It's different.
Yeah.
I was saying like it's different because obviously before the setup in my room was it was sofas, not like table and chairs, and because of the layout of the room, like you weren't exactly close to each other. Like you were, there was a big distance between him. But with this type of podcast where it's like on a table, it's to be honest, I kind of enjoy it more. It's more of like a face to face.
I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't mind it. It feels more like an interview.
Yeah, it definitely feels more formal. The one we did, it was a nice chilling sofa, sitting back having Zoom, so it's a bit of a different setting. But today, on episode 14, I think.
Episode 14.
I think so, episode 14. We've got Z again.
Right.
My man Z. Well, that's what episode 13 or 14. I know that much. But we've got Z on. How are you, lad?
I'm good, man. Plodding along in life as you do.
As we all do, mate. Everyone plods along.
As you do, bro. That's what you get.
How long ago did we actually film? Like, how long ago was it? You were you were my third episode, so it must have been like February time. It was this year.
It this year? Yeah.
But it would have been like February time.
Yeah.
Because you would have been my first one, so it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
A lot's happened
We've been meant to be filming for ages.
The amount of times we've said, podcast tomorrow. We're going to film in my old gaff. We were going to film in here about fucking 20 times as well. Like, we finally got around to doing it again.
Here.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming to my fight.
Bro,
I appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me, man.
Shout out to everyone as well that came. Thank you.
Nearly didn't make it for a couple of difficulties.
Oh, mate, so I might as well tell him, it's a funny story. So I thought Z had bought his ticket like time ago. And he rang me when we were in the fight meeting, like preparing. And he's like, oh yeah, you were first stressing about clothes. I was like,
yeah, because I didn't buy on the suit. And basically, I'd been out. Your fight was on the Sunday.
Yeah.
And I went out on the Friday, and basically I was pretty much written off on the Saturday, so I couldn't sort out a suit on that day. And then the Sunday, your fight was like fucking afternoon. Yeah,
sorry.
The fight was pretty early, innit? It started. The event started at like 2-3, so I didn't have enough time to go into town or so I had to just string up a quick.
Nah, you look fresh though.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Obviously, I had to group it. Obviously, I knew everyone there was in a suit, so I was thinking, shit, I need a suit. You know what I mean? I was thinking, I need a suit and that.
But he rang me, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll grab a ticket on the door." I was like, "What you mean?" I was like, "I'll just grab a ticket on the door." I was like, "Bro, we're sold out."
Yeah, no, it was.
But you managed to pattern it.
Yeah, no, I managed to get a ticket sorted.
It was
that's one of your guys, isn't it? Tom.
Yeah, Tom.
Tom, the guy, man, he patterned me. He was like, "Yo." Basically, he sorted me a ticket out first, and then he rang me. He was like, "Shit, bro, I can't even sort the ticket out." And these times, I was like literally sorting the clothes out and everything, yeah. And I thought, you know what, shit, fuck it, man. I'm just gonna iron everything, get everything ready, and just be on standby. I was just waiting, and I literally just sat down in bed. I was just chilling, and then boom, Tom's rang me. He's like, "Yo, I've got you a ticket." This is like literally 20 minutes until 3 o'clock. You know what I mean? So I've just quickly got dressed, rang the taxi. Got a taxi, came to the fight. As I've walked in, they're literally announcing your name. They're like, "Yo, Paul, the Maltese mole." I was like, what? I ran straight to the front. I've seen Tom there. I've seen Tom run straight to the front then with him. Mate. And I was just screaming my head off. I was like, "Go on, Paul."
Mate, it was a fucking great night. Like, even though I lost, like, the mate, I feel like, I'm not saying it because it was my fight, but from what I heard, obviously I only got to see a few of the fights, but our fight was the best fight, and it definitely sounded like the loudest fight. Of them. Like, everyone was like, there's some.
You know what, I'm not gonna lie,
mad.
I didn't even see the other fights. I literally seen your fight, and then everybody went to the bar and started buying drinks. So I heard loads of noise and that, but I asked a few heads. I was like, "Yo, did that fight? Was your fight the best one?" I was like, "Yeah, that was the best fight." You know,
it was a good fight. Like,
big
I got Khabib'd. Like, I'm not gonna. There's no way of hiding around it. I did get Khabib'd. I lost the first and third round.
You know what? I wouldn't say Khabib'd.
Yeah, he got takedowns, but he didn't really do much.
Yeah, because he didn't do much on the ground, you know what I mean? But obviously he did get you down. The takedowns was good, you know what I mean? He did get you on the floor, you know what I mean? And obviously he won the fight fair and square, you know
but
what I mean?
That second round, though, for me, like, I did so well in that second round. I almost finished him in a guillotine as well.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have gone for that, to be honest. That was probably the mistake. Should have just kept on the feet. But defended all his takedowns in that round. And that second round, like, was the best. I've only had 2 fights.
Yeah, you were mixing it up as well in the second round.
Yeah,
kicks.
That, you know what
I mean?
It was my second fight ever. So, like, considering if I am to compare that second round to any of the rounds that I fought in my first fight,
a lot of positives you can take away.
Yeah, a lot of positives.
Even though he lost, I don't think you lost the fight in that way. Do you know what I mean? I feel like
mate,
you just lost the game. You know what I mean? You're still chilling. You're still good. And I don't think you lost like badly like that. Do you know what I mean? Obviously,
I don't feel
when you were stood up, when you were stood on your feet, obviously you was winning the fight. Do you know what I mean? You was winning when you were trading and that, but because obviously he was just going straight for the takedown from round 1 all the way through it. He was just grabbing you. You know what I mean? And obviously he succeeded.
Do you know what it is? I expected the takedowns. Like I knew that was his game plan. It was pretty obvious. He got a judo background, but when we were sparring together, it wasn't like takedowns the way he was just fucking rushing me. Like he was standing a bit and trying to set him up more. So I thought it wasn't gonna just try rush in. He obviously caught me off guard, but mate, that's the big thing. Trying to do it under the lights. It's so
I was saying to you anyway.
I dropped him in training. Like I dropped other guys in training. I got him with a body shot.
Oh yeah.
But that's what I mean. You got to be able to do it under the lights. So fair play to him.
That's what I was saying to you. I was like, yo, listen, on the day of the fight.
But like I said, it wasn't even like I was
adrenaline's.
Yeah, it wasn't like I was scared. But like under the lights, mate, like it's so quick. You've got to think so quick. And 2-minute rounds as well. 2 minutes is not a long time. They go by like that before you know it, the round's over. So.
No, but it was a good fight, man. It was a good event as well. Do you know
Congratulations to my opponent.
I had a brilliant time. Do you know what I mean? I enjoyed myself. It was sick, man. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you, mate. Well, if we're going to talk about some more MMA fighters, Conor McGregor, my guy, but he's just a fucking idiot, to be honest, mate. Like,
yeah, I know.
Like, what's he doing?
Do you know what? I don't know. Do you know what? I'm not going to lie. He reminds me of myself, bro. I'm not going to lie. Like, he's very impulsive, you know what I mean? Obviously, there's certain, like, the kind of belts he'll go below is a bit different, you know what I mean? Like, he'll go on certain things, but, like, I have that sort of, like, reactive, impulsivity, and I can see it in him, like, he'll just get angry. And
well, that's why it's a deleted tweet, because, like, he's obviously posted it and then go, oh, shit, what have I actually done?
It's just, like, it's pretty crazy, because it's, like, you have, like, a burst of, like, anger, do you know what I mean? And then it's, like, you have, like, a real come down from that, in a sense, do you know what I mean? Because you just sat there and you're just thinking, fucking hell.
Mate, he's probably, like...
Do you know what I mean? So I can understand it in a sense, but, however, he is in a different position to me, do you know what I mean? Like, he's got millions of followers, he's got a lot of people looking at him, so the shit that he's doing has got a big impact, do you know what I mean? And he needs to keep himself together, do you know what I mean? In situations like that, he doesn't need to be, like, moving mad like that when he's in that position, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard, because, like I said, he is such an inspiration for what he did, like leading up, like, up until even the Eddie Alvarez fight, he hadn't really done anything like that bad.
Yeah, no,
he hadn't done anything that bad, and his story was pretty inspiring. Like, it is still inspiring what he managed to achieve. I didn't really
watch UFC until he was in it. I'm not gonna lie, like, I didn't really watch it. He's the one, like, that got me in it. Like, I started hearing about Conor McGregor and all this. That's what really drew me into UFC. Obviously, I knew about UFC, Anderson Silva and all of these. I knew about Rampage Jackson and all of these. I knew about all of them, but I wasn't, like, as locked in until the Conor McGregor years. You know what I mean? When he was fighting Nate Diaz and all these Jose Aldo, do you know what I mean? And he brought a lot of heads to that sport. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
he changed he changed. A lot of people are very quick to hate on him and discredit him, but mate, he did a lot for the.
He did a lot for the sport. It's just the way he's like, I don't know.
The way he's gone.
The money, I don't know whether it's the money's got into his head. You know what it is?
I think it's a combination of everything, to be honest.
Like,
from an outsider's perspective, and obviously you're never going to know what's exactly going through his head, but it does seem like he's just mentally very unstable.
No, but you know what though? Yeah, it's because he keeps taking L's, bro.
Yeah,
like he keeps like, I don't know, like saying that he's gonna do a lot of shit to people, yeah, like a lot of fighters and win and shit like that, but then he's just taking L's. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I feel like that'll be just damaging him because he said so much.
Do you know what's worse as well? I feel like he kind of up from the Cowboy fight and then the second Dustin Poirier fight, it seemed like he'd changed. Like he was more relaxed. He was around his kids, so he was more soft, and he was just. It kind of seemed like he'd matured. And then as soon as he lost the second one, it's kind of like, well, Dustin Poirier even said he doesn't feel like it's him trying to be personal necessarily, although it did end up getting it again.
Yeah.
But it was more probably Conor McGregor feeling like he needed to be that old Conor McGregor in order to win. Because if he'd beaten Dustin Poirier in that second fight, after being so nice and humble, because he thought he was going to walk through him, would he have gone as fucking crazy again? I don't know. It's shoulda, woulda, coulda. You're never gonna know. But
I don't know. Innit? It's just I don't know. I feel like
I don't know.
I just feel like it's somebody that is damaged.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Because he's in that position. That's the only thing. Do you know what I mean? What I'm saying, like, as obviously he's got the impulsive there. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like because he's in that position where he's got so many people looking at him. It needs to act differently. Do you know what I mean? You can't really be.
Oh yeah, how many mistakes can you make? And
you know what I mean?
And the whole the tweet that we were on about the Khabib's father.
That's
tweet,
what I'm saying.
Just like,
and then when you look at people like Khabib and how these are carrying themselves, you think shit, man.
And as well, like you've got kids.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's like, a bit mad. You know what I mean?
Why is like it's a lot easier said than me saying. Obviously, I'm not going to say that, but like especially if you've got kids, mate. Like
you wouldn't really. Do you know what I mean? And obviously when you're seeing these other fighters and how they're carrying themselves, it makes it even 10 times
do you know
worse.
What? I honestly think McGregor has helped make Khabib's image look even better.
Yeah,
because they're so polar opposite. You realise, fucking hell, like before the McGregor fight, I didn't really rate Khabib at all. But like since then, like he's just there's nothing that he's ever like since he beat McGregor. What's he done wrong?
No, he didn't do all wrong.
He's done nothing wrong.
He's just like he's done with it now. I don't think he'll ever come back to fighting me.
I don't think so.
Ever.
He was on the Mike Tyson podcast and he was like, yeah, competition for me is completely finished.
That's what I mean. Like, he's done with it now. He wasn't even there for any of that really. Like,
no, he wasn't.
All of that whole facade and that. He wasn't. I don't think he was ever really there for that. I think like he was just there for the love of the sport. He wanted to just get his wins, boom, 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 prove that he can do it. And once he did it,
he did it. The one thing I will say is though, as a competitor, like what he did is amazing in the sport, but I don't feel like you can consider him a GOAT. He's had 4 title fights, and he has smashed everyone. Don't get me wrong. Like his performances throughout his career have been dominant.
Yeah, I just think it's more the whole package, and it's like how he's done it, how he's won all the fights, and how he's carried himself throughout all these fights. Do you know what I mean? I think there's a lot to it. Do you know what I mean? And how he's got this whole. Like
he's a great ambassador for the sport.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like the way he's done it. Do you know what I mean? It's like he's definitely a god. Do you know what I mean? And the way
he is, but like exactly his aura and the way he approaches people and the way he's helped the sport. Like he's kind of not cleaned up the image. Well, he kind of has. But I wouldn't say there was never a bad image of the UFC anyway. But when you look at him and young kids are looking at him and you're looking at what he did competitively, like people are going to look up to him and he is a great ambassador. But
has there anyone who's had more fights undefeated than him?
Well, John Jones. John Jones has one loss in his career, but it was a bullshit disqualification. He had there's the 12-6 elbow rule.
And how many fights did John Jones have?
Do you know what? I'll Google it right now. But we're on about John Jones. He fucking. He's literally.
This is what I mean. There's basically him and John Jones.
But you've also got Anderson Silva, 12 title defences. Demetrius Johnson did the same. Right. John Jones. He is 34. We were saying, I found out today he made his UFC debut at 21 years old. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
John Jones is 26-1. So 27-0 basically. So it's 2 fights less, but like I said, Khabib's only had 4 title fights. John Jones is... Mate, John Jones has gone through everyone.
A lot of them title fights might have been a lot of them fighters that he's beat.
What do you mean?
Justin Gate.
Yeah.
All these
but that's what I mean. I think
he's beat Dustin Poirier.
As a competitor, like I think I probably.
Who's at the top of the division right now?
Oliveira. Has it got Oliveira? That's what I mean. You've got Oliveira who he hasn't fought. He's beaten Poirier, okay, but I think that second Poirier fight would be closer.
Nah, this is what people say. This is what people
Mate,
say.
He got him in a guillotine that was tight, bro.
Believe me, this is what people say about Khabib, and it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Do you know him? Yeah, he's on a different, like his wavelength.
Maybe I'm just always going to be a bit better because
trust me, because his wavelength is different. Like he's like in a different space to everyone else. You know what I mean? I feel like because it's for him, it's like it's different in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't beat a man that's just so close to his God and all this. Whether if you believe in religion or not, I'm not saying anyone has to believe in God and stuff. But I'm saying like if you have faith in something so much like that, like it's hard to beat someone like that. Do you know what I mean? If somebody that believes it so much, and that's what I feel about Conor McGregor when he was proper hungry.
Yeah, he was hungry.
When he was really hungry, this is why it was a problem. Do you know what I mean? Because he was really hungry and he believed. Like he was actually going to do it, and he actually got in there, and he actually believed it. But then now, when the money's come in,
well, it's kind of like the whole. A lot of successful people say it happened to them. Tyson Fury is a great example. He worked for all of his life to become the unified lineal heavyweight champion of the world. Beat Klitschko, and then fucking try committing suicide because he'd achieved everything that he was working towards in his life. The same thing as McGregor. UFC champion, first Irish fighter in the UFC. Then he did the first ever 2-weight world champion. Then he went and fought Floyd Mayweather.
There must be a lot of, like, I don't know, like a lot of mental health issues within fighters. You know what I mean? There must be a lot of pressure. Do you know what I mean? Fuck me, like going into a ring, thinking about
modern day gladiators, bro.
Do you know what I mean? Going into a fight, all of that, like that could break a man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
especially as well when like a lot of these fighters. McGregor, prime example. Without fighting, they had nothing. A lot of these fighters, they don't have, like, it's nothing to do with being a fighter, but like a lot of fighters just do come from rough backgrounds with barely any education. Like that is more than half of the fighters that are fighting right now, boxers or MMA. So when in their head, their only escape to managing to have a life is to fight.
Yeah.
So there are people that will probably be fighting, even in the UFC, that probably don't even enjoy fighting, but they know that's the only thing that they can do to get them alive. It's like what Dustin Poirier says. He only really enjoys the competition, and he hates everything else that comes around. That's a bit different, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. COVID.
Things are supposedly getting better now that everything's all open, but
bro,
it's been given back to us too easily. They're trying to say in September, COVID passport, otherwise you can't go anywhere. It's going to be the start of it. I was saying to you, like, I genuinely do think that if they do try and pass this COVID passport and it gets through, mate, there's going to be riots. There definitely will be riots. There's no way it's not going to happen. A COVID passport breaches so many basic human rights. And people that can't see it are fucking. I can't lie. I'm not anti-vax at all. If you want to get a vaccine, if you're vulnerable, like I'm telling you to get it, but don't be forcing it upon people that don't actually need it or don't want to get it.
100% me. Like I'm definitely on that side of like, if you want to get the vaccine, definitely go and get it. Like I'm 100% with that. If you want to get the vaccine, but the whole forcing people to get it, like, fucking hell.
It makes me the fact that it's
being
forced.
It makes you not want to get it.
Even more,
do you know what I mean? It's like if they just said, yo, listen, right, there's a vaccine now, you can take it if you want.
More people would take it.
You'd be like, shit, you know what? If I want, more time, I want that. You know what I mean? Like, you've got to take this vaccine.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? There's not that much evidence. There's all this shit going on. Like,
mate, I know so many people that have had the vaccine and have still caught COVID and have still managed to transmit it. And their whole thing to it was, once the vulnerable people and the old people have been vaccinated, everything should be... Like, I don't see why. If everyone that is at most risk has now been vaccinated, everything should go away. The whole, like... They're just trying to make everything so difficult so that people just say, fuck it, I'm going to get a vaccine. That's why you've got all these restrictions. That's why...
the aim of everything. That's the aim of every single thing. And I feel like, with like the whole guidelines and shit, the way they've set out the guidelines is to be like, it's like a generic way to set the guidelines so it just covers everybody. So they're just like, if you've been in contact with somebody that's got COVID-19, you've got to isolate. You might not even you might not even have COVID, but it's just a chance. They've just got to make that rule just so it covers everything. Well, they're not going to make the individual. They're not going to go into that situation and find out, oh, well, he didn't really catch COVID off of them.
Yeah.
So do you know what? You're sound. They're just going to be like, yo, listen, if you've been near him, that's it. Boom, good, stay at home. That's it now.
But I think all this needs to just get scrapped now. It's just pointless. Especially if you're saying that if you know and we know that people with a vaccine can still transmit the virus and get it, then the whole isolation thing is kind of bollocks, to be honest. Because what they're doing now is they're trying to change the narrative, so they're trying to turn vaccinated people against unvaccinated people. You're seeing it, like people are going so crazy about the vaccine. And what they're doing now, they're changing the rules so that, if you're vaccinated, you won't have to self-isolate, or if you're not vaccinated, if you're vaccinated, you might have to self-isolate for less days if you're coming from a different country.
Yeah, no,
but the risk is still the same. You can still get it. You can still give it.
You can still give it. Yeah, that's what I mean.
But it's the whole. Oh yeah, well, mate. The whole. If you want to go abroad,
I don't understand it, me, because if they're saying that it's for the safety of people, then why can I still go to the shop and buy cigs? I can still go to the shop.
A vaccine passport protects no one. It doesn't protect anyone. It's literally just another database for the government to collect information and have control, track and trace, limit see where you're going. It's just legal. I mean, they already do all this anyway, but this is just like legally how they're doing it. They've been doing it with apps as well.
What I've been trying to work out is like exactly what is it that they are trying to achieve.
I don't think that COVID is the be all and end all. I just think it's the start of it. It's the start of something crazy. Like what I think is going to happen. I was saying this to Amelia before. What's another important issue that the world leaders have completely ignored for the last 20 years, whilst all these billion-dollar companies are trashing the earth, literally, like they're literally polluting the earth. They try to say, oh yeah, don't use plastic straws, you're causing harm to the environment, when it's literally like 5% of the problem, because you've got all these billion-dollar industries that are just trawling fucking fish out of nowhere, destroying the seabed. We've got all these companies cutting down trees and all that shit. So do you know what I think?
How much of it are they actually destroying?
Well, there's that. This is what I mean. So if you think, which is what I think, is that all this has kind of just been done to kind of show they have still got so much power over us. They're not going to do it through war, but this is the first time ever that without war, everywhere has been kind of shut down.
Yeah.
So what I think is going to happen once the world surpasses COVID, probably still got another 1 or 2 years going through it, to be honest. That's what I think. I don't think it's just going to go away that easily. But then they're going to say, oh, yeah.
How is it going to go away? Like, that's what I'm trying to work out.
Well, it's not going to go away. Everyone's going to have to live with it.
Once everybody is vaccinated, then what happens? Because essentially you can still get it.
Mate, people just need... The news, which is never going to change, they're just constantly going to have, 10,000 new cases today. Like, it's just fear-mongering. You see it in the media. But what I think is the next thing that will happen in the next few years is climate lockdowns. They're going to say, oh, look, it's gotten to the point now where urgent action is needed to try and save the planet for global warming. So what they're going to say is to stop our carbon footprint, we're going to have these climate lockdowns. You're not going to be able to travel. You're not going to be able to go out. That's what's going to happen, bro.
That's basically what's going to happen.
That is what's going to happen. What did they say when they had the first lockdown? They said, fuck, when it was the first proper lockdown and everyone actually stayed in their house for a month or two, that everything got better. Naturally wise.
Oh yeah, nature.
Yeah. So they're going to use that as evidence to fucking show. Bro, that is
set up. It's a set up.
I think so.
But the you know is they've probably planned this shit 50 years ahead.
Oh mate,
this 100% 50 years ahead.
Mate, David Icke was talking about this stuff like 30 years ago. Me and Tom literally watched a video of David Icke explaining
David Icke come with some mad shit though.
Bro, yeah, he's not always right.
He's not always right.
You've got to take everything with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
But the video that we seen of him a year ago, last March, I shit you not, bro, has predicted everything to a T.
Yeah.
Like everything.
David Icke, you know. Now
we're probably going to go cashed as soon as well.
Yeah, we're more or less there.
We're more or less there,
mate. We're literally more or less there. Like a lot of places now just do card only. Like when you go on a night out or go to a bar, it's just they don't take cash. You know what I mean? These times now, who's even got cash on them? Man, I've got the phone. You can pay using your phone.
Do you know what frightens the life out of me? Obviously, like cashless is such a bad idea for so many reasons. You don't actually have anything of physical value that you could say is yours, apart from if you've got property or anything like that.
And guess what? You're always tracked.
You're always tracked.
All your money, everything that you buy and spend, everything that you everywhere you go, it's tracked.
Well, the one thing that frightens me is everything is. How dependent are we on electricity and Wi-Fi? I watched a TV series. It was a fictional TV series that came out maybe like 10 years ago called Revolution, and the plot of the series is it starts off the first opening scene is everyone just this guy's driving home from work, his family are just waiting for him to come home, normal life, and then all the lights go off across everywhere and they don't come on. Obviously the show was in America, so like all of America goes off, no power, and the power never comes on.
Fucking hell.
But the plot twist is there are these guys that have been trying to figure out why the power never came back on, and they're trying to hunt down people that are in power, and they find out that the people in power still had access to electricity. They were just fucking making it seem like, yeah.
What would be the aim of that?
No, there wouldn't be an aim of it, but what I'm saying is, I'm not trying to say that's going to happen, but what I'm saying is, bro, like, look what happened in Texas this year. The power grid shut off and there was basically no electricity for like fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah,
bro, if the power grids get turned off, there was this guy on the Joe Rogan podcast called Mike Baker, CIA guy, and he said that's probably the first thing that would happen if there were to ever be a war in the modern era between like China or Russia. They'll shut down the power grids of countries. Bro, if you shut down a power grid that's that big, it takes like weeks to come back on. Imagine weeks of no electricity. You've not got access to money. You've not got access to food, really.
Really, you know what I mean?
You're fucked.
Wow.
And bro, think, what does everyone do if you're driving or if you're walking and you don't know where you're going?
Google Maps. How would you go about turning off the power grid?
Well, I don't actually know the specifics, but
is there not loads of places? So like if you blow up one part, it'll turn off a certain amount of.
Well, yeah, a power grid would be a section of an area. So like there'll be power grids. Like that's the whole Texas thing is it got shut off because I don't know if you remember they had like a snow blizzard for like 2 weeks, and it doesn't even snow in Texas. And because they weren't used to the weather, something fucked up, and the power grid all got shut off, and they literally had no electricity basically for fucking like.
Fuck yeah.
Unless you had a generator and you were rich, that's something like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, that's what they'll probably have to do.
But what I'm saying is we rely too much on technology.
Yeah.
Too much.
Well, we're fucked without it. Technically.
We are fucked. No one can read a map.
We're not even be able to have this conversation without technology.
We literally wouldn't.
We can have this conversation, but we can't share this conversation to the
masses. I always think there's so many benefits of living in today's world. Like technology-wise, like medicine, like there's a lot of things. Money is probably a bit better, but in some places it probably isn't. But there's I think
concept of money though, because is it good? Because some people can get it and some can't.
Well, that's what I was. That's a good thought. Well, my thoughts on that was, I feel like the quality of society and interaction between human to human. I say that I was going to say it is better, but then at the same time, like there are still. I mean, it's still bad now, but there was a lot more racial problems back in the day, a lot more inequality.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one.
That's what I mean. So it's like, I don't know, to be honest. Technology.
I don't know who was saying it to me, but I think there was a study of why the tensions are getting so bad, especially in America, between mixed communities. And it wasn't obviously there was the segregation that was the issue, but it was the re-segregation that wasn't like, not redone properly, but because everyone was so tight-knit in each other's groups, like everyone stuck together. It's worked, but it's also clashed even worse.
Yeah. Now you'll get that, you know what I mean? I don't really know too much about what actually happened in that sense, but what I do know is
we say there's resegregation, but bro, like in America, the prison system is literally an extension of slavery, and it's worse than what it was before. So
it
depends on the perception that you look at it.
there's a lot of shit that's happened. There's like psychological warfare, like putting
subliminal racism in adverts,
putting people in poorer areas, moving them out there, doing like basically.
And was that like the window scandal?
Giving like poor women like benefits if they're like a single mum, so it promotes them to just be like
stay on their
own. The kid go up without no dad. You know what I mean? There's stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? That have been done. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's everywhere. That's like America, even here, and that's, you know what I mean. There's bad shit that's happened. Like,
do you know what's mad though, bro? I think how many people actually can't see what's going on.
Yeah.
That's the maddest. That's the maddest thing. Yeah, but of course you've got to be naive, but it's still the millions that we're talking about. Like probably most of the general population that just fucking wake up every morning, watch the news, go to bed, work 9 to 5 for the whole all of their life, and just get sucked into that normal life that they want you to have. Not earning too much, they don't want you to earn too much.
But like there's too much internet and social media now for people not to know. They're like, and that is everywhere.
Well, I think it's our generation, like people that are like around 30, not later than 30.
Yeah,
a lot. The percentage is a lot higher than.
100%. Because like I feel like that's what's there's a big influence now because of social media. Do you know what I mean? A big influence like that's causing certain things to like happen. Do you know what I mean? On a national level.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because of stuff like social media, and that's technology. You know what I mean? That's basically like there's a benefit in that, in a sense.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But as well as that, it's like a catchphrase. You know what I mean? Like it's not. Is it beneficial?
There's a lot of benefits, but there are a fuck ton of hard negatives.
That's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of people that are negatively affected by social media.
But obviously they can make it. They can make.
Well, this is the thing. They
rules and stuff. And put things into it. So it's more like.
Well, this is the whole. It goes through to like when you talk about FIFA and UEFA. All these governing bodies, whether it's FIFA, UEFA, or these social media companies, Instagram, Facebook. There's no way you're telling me that they can't tackle these issues, whether it be racism on their platforms or, for example, bullying or... Plus, mate, think how much fucking money they earn every year. I guarantee you they don't pay any taxes. And, like, they should come... They all have a social responsibility. They should all be... Especially, like, how many people, like I said, have a negative impact through social media or through... social life in what way. I think these big companies should be paying a fee to the government to give funding for like mental health well-being and that sort of stuff. But then again, I have that little trust in
there's so much shit to be done though.
Do you know what I mean? There's so much
around. There's so much shit that needs to be done. Like
it's ridiculous.
Like
society like
it's been let to get to a stage where it's like,
just a mess.
It's a proper mess, like with everything.
It's so hard to be like positive, mate. Like it actually is, but like it genuinely feels like everything is slowly cracking away, and it's just about to shatter into a million pieces.
And do you know what though? However, though, it might be a case of like it's always been shattering away. It's just now we can see it more.
Yeah.
Because we've got social media and people can take videos now and show it more. Do you know what I mean?
True.
The state of...
The perception of it, we might think it's getting worse, but it could actually be getting worse.
It's just always been... But no, it might have been just always been getting worse.
Yeah.
It might have been just... Back then, 10 years ago, it might have been... If you was there back then 10 years ago, it might have been just as bad looking at it like that.
Yeah.
But you just... It wasn't... Everybody knew because not everybody seen it on their phone.
Yeah.
Whereas if you was there, you would see it. You'd know it was bad. But... somebody that's not there won't know about it, so it doesn't seem like it's as bad. Whereas now there's so many people getting to see certain things going on and being able to like have their own opinion or outrage or whatever, and then it's making it more like shit, the problem's got way bigger. It's like no, well, problem's always been there.
It's like
it's just you get to see it more now. Obviously, fair enough, it might be getting worse as well. But it was always bad. It's always been bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, all these problems with poverty, social issues, mental health, like discrimination.
And think as well, if we're thinking in a more worldwide, well, we are thoughts of worldwide, but like things like China and the Muslim concentration camps that they've got.
Yeah, no, that is a crazy one. That.
Do you know what's fucking weird about that? Everyone, like, not everyone knows that, obviously.
Podcast that Joe Rogan.
With the girl from North Korea.
Yo, that one now I don't even know if I should be saying certain shit because it might catch me with, you know, them Korean man might catch me with saying, you know what I mean? Fucking hell.
Mate,
but when I was watching that I was thinking, yo.
Mate, I knew it was good. Like, obviously, you hear a podcast titled, Joe Rogan's got this girl that left North Korea at 13. You know she's going to talk about bad shit, but mate,
she was chatting about how
crazy.
She was chatting about how these have taken the Bible and basically changed
God or Jesus for Kim Jong.
Yeah, like
and everything before him was burnt away. Like there's no record of anything, or they hold it off, bro. She was literally saying that it was an everyday thing that she'd see dead people, and she was saying how
she didn't feel anything.
You know, the way they can control everyone is that she said everyone that you know is a spy. Do you not remember she was saying even your mum, even your classmates, because if one of them ever slipped and was like chatting bad about Kim Jong, and they had the government come and ask, they would have to say, oh yeah, he was chatting shit about the government, because if they found out that he did, but the one that they were asking said no, then he'd get killed as well.
That is actually like
public executions.
Like that is absolutely mental. But like the way they've just shut them out from the world, isn't it? And that's still going on right now.
Yeah,
and that's just like
right now, mate.
That's just mad.
And the weird thing is, you can go to Pyongyang, like you can fly to North Korea. It's not easy, but you can do it, and you go on the guided tours. It's fucking crazy. It's literally like a tour of a theme park, if you think about it, because they're only taking you to the places that they want you to see, probably full of actors.
Yeah, that is fucking crazy. And what do they do then? Do they just take you like around? I'm just trying to imagine now, like how do they keep it blended like that then? So is there no one there that's able to just like get in, especially when like so many people know about it,
Yeah.
We all know that it's all going off in Korea. That girl's done a podcast with Joe Rogan. Why is why is it just like why do we just know about this?
That's what she was going on about.
That's all it is.
That's what she was going on about, was because of money, bro. Because China is their closest ally as well, because they border them, and obviously they've got common interests against America. And she was saying like she'll go speak to all these people and then all act like, oh yeah, like it's so bad, like what's going on in North Korea and China, but then they'll still all do business with China.
Yeah, fucking hell.
It's like we know there are concentration camps.
Yeah, nah, do you know what? That's what I'm saying. I don't even know what's going on over there, but all I know is the Korean thing. Whatever's going on down there, the way they keep it, it's fucking mad over there. Do you know what I mean? What that girl was saying on that podcast, I was like, shit. You know what I mean? You basically have to run away, and I don't even know how she made it out of there, because fucking hell, the way it seems is like you can't even get out. They've got one channel that everybody watches every single day. Brainwashing to the nines,
bro.
Like.
So brainwashed.
What was she saying now? She was saying she said something about how when people had dogs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when everyone
they
had dogs,
banned dogs.
Yeah, they banned
and
dogs.
They took them all and killed them.
Killed everyone's dog because it's too Western. That's what it was. Too Western.
And also they don't like the fact that you can get emotionally attached.
It's mad.
And I swear she even said that she's seen a boy,
and you know what,
with his intestines out, asking for food, and there was a dog eating him. Bro.
And
she's just saying that like she's.
You know what the worst thing about it, yeah, is a lot of these Kim Jong Un and that they'll be having emotional attachments with people. They'll be allowed it.
Yeah.
And then they'll be fucking telling everyone else they can't. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, how can you feel that and not think somebody else want to feel that and not want to like
Well,
let them? You know what the fuck is wrong with you?
Do you know what? I'll probably counter that, bro. He's probably emotionless, bro. He's a psychopath.
So what?
They can't feel anything.
So you're telling me these men don't just kick back with their gal and that and just bake off food, TV, you know, like just kick back and just think, oh, you know what? There's no way, because the only way.
Yeah, but
because if you have them times, it's surely like times in your head when you're just thinking, you know what? I'm moving a bit mad here, man. Like, I need to let these
family.
people go.
It's the family. It's
I mean?
like tradition. It's tradition. It's fucking built in.
Like they're just built different ways, innit? Like their way their mind operates is just completely different. Like if you just see what mental health can do to people, it's like that's how far a human brain can go. Like it can go left, it can go right, it can go up, it can go down. Whichever way it can go
bonkers.
Very far. Do you know what I mean? And yeah.
How's life been for you?
Bro, life has been amazing. It's been a good, man. Life just plodding along, man. Do you know what I mean? As you do, you know what I mean?
You just gotta fucking get through it on the shit days.
Bro, that's what it is.
You gotta pick yourself up.
A couple of shit days was there, man. Like I've heard quite a few people in from my city, you know what I mean, that have passed away. Couple of mutuals, you know what I mean, couple of people that I knew pretty well. You know what I mean? And yeah, they passed away and that. Some with COVID, some with car crashes, and it's been a bit mad. It's been a pretty mad year in terms of like for my city, and anyway, like a lot of people have lost like some close people to them. Do you know what I mean? A lot of the people that passed away, they're not like my closest people to me and that, but like I knew them. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I knew them and I knew of them pretty well. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, that's pretty mad, man. Apart from that, rest in peace to all of them. Do you know what I mean?
It hits you, especially when it's people, like I said, obviously no matter when you die it's going to be sad, but like when you're young and it's people that are young that you knew, or it makes you so grateful. Like when I was in college back in Malta, I was like 16, there was this guy that been on nights out, seen him about, already had a drink with him, like I knew who he was pretty well. It was like friendship group, a different friendship group, but of the same sort of extended circle, if that makes sense. And one day, I literally remember seeing him the week before school as well. One day, went into college, and I was in, like, I think it must have been sort of like 11 or 12, so I wasn't in there at the beginning of the morning. And I came in and everyone's talking about, oh mate, you see, ambulance rocked up, dead body outside college. I was like, I didn't know anything about it. And whispers just started being thrown around. Yeah, this was a Malta. Whispers started being thrown around, and they were like, oh, I think it's this guy, Matthew D'Amico was his name. And his best mates, I knew his best mates better than him. I used to play football with two of them, same team and that, so like knew him pretty well. And we went to find him, me and these two girls, to see if they'd heard anything. And they were like, oh, nah, like we see, like the worst thing was, they seen the body bag being put in the ambulance when they were going, but obviously at the time didn't put two and two together.
Traumatizing that.
And I was there, like when we got there, they were like trying to ring his phone, it was being put down, like they were trying to ring his mum, they weren't obviously picking up. And I was literally there when one of the other guys' parents rang him, and he literally didn't even need to say anything, bro. He picked up the phone, and as soon as he picked up the phone, he just dropped to his knees, and like instantly, without anyone saying anything, everyone knew. Like it was so instant, bro. And the weirdest thing was there was like 5 or 6 people that were there, all of his boys, and each one had a completely different reaction. Maybe about like 2 or 3 of them. Like one of them dropped down to his knees, started crying. One of them was like, didn't say anything, didn't move, was just in complete and utter shock. Another guy wasn't crying, another guy was just like smashing shit up. Like it was like different reactions, and that day will forever stay with me. So I can remember that day so clearly, because like it was the fact that I seen him not long before. I knew who he was pretty well. I knew all of his mates. Yeah, he was young, and I'd never experienced, like, obviously I've experienced death with my family members at a very young age, but that was like the first time I was like more mature to like understand the whole depth of the situation probably a bit more. And seeing everyone, like, there were 2 people that fainted when everyone got put in the room, like all their mates, because everyone was fucking shocked.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing his dad. He came to the school like a few days later to do like a mass, and then he was a Liverpool fan. Bro, I didn't cry until the funeral, and still gives me shivers, mate. Like, the church was rampart full of people, and Robbie Williams' Angels was played, and You'll Never Walk Alone by the choir. And I don't know, it just fucking hit me differently. Like, someone that young, even though I wasn't that close to them.
How did it die?
Massive heart attack, bro.
Okay.
Dad dropped him off at the bottom of the hill, walked up, had a massive heart attack. There was this girl that was behind him, seen him drop dead, and literally just stayed with him until the paramedics came. Yeah, mate, his heart just like completely exploded. I think it died almost pretty instantly.
Why? I was just didn't know. Fucking hell, that is crazy, man.
Crazy, bro. Had a little brother as well. Little brother was like 8, 9.
Yeah, that is crazy, that, bro. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I've experienced stuff like. I have experienced stuff like that, though. To be honest, yeah, nah. I've experienced some pretty mad stuff. You know what I mean? In terms of death.
Do you think because you were so young, like I said, I didn't like I had death when I was younger in my family.
Yeah.
But because you're not like that mature to understand the full
young,
depths, yeah.
Obviously, I lost my mum and dad before I was 10. Before I was 10 years old. Basically, my dad died when I was like 6, and then that was from cancer. And then my mum got killed by her new boyfriend when I was like 9. I was like 9 years old, you know what I mean? I was like Christmas Day as well.
Do you think it's been harder obviously it's been harder to deal with the longer it's been?
But you know what, yeah? I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know about how it all affects you and shit, do you know what I mean? I didn't know, do you know what I mean? Until I was like...
Well, I can't imagine, you can't really prepare for that.
You know what I mean? I didn't know how it affects you and how it's the like, how I am now is because of trauma that I've been through. I'd never really made the link. I just thought that regardless, mum being here,
yeah, you would have been the same.
Still be the same person, do you know what I mean? But essentially now I kind of see it how the pattern of it now, do you know what I mean? I kind of see it now. I've got older, I've started to realise, you know what I mean? Like, oh shit, like, yo, that's probably why man does this, I do that, and obviously when you start to realise certain things, you start to get better in your own mind, you know what I mean? You start being able, like, when I was younger, I had a fucking terrible temper, do you know what I mean? Like, I still got a temper now, I'll get it twisted, I've still got a temper now, but when I was younger, I was just like
more rational,
proper wild with it, do you know what I mean? Like, when I lose my temper, like, something is happening, do you know what I mean? One of them ones, you know what I mean? But now, it's kind of like, I'll lose my temper, but in the back of my head I know, like, shit, I need to chill out, I just can't help it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm still having that conversation, like, that's the milestone that I've got to now, like, where I can still speak to myself and tell myself, yo, I need to chill out, or I need to leave, I need to walk off, you know what I mean? And that's just one of them that's just starting to understand, like, yo, shit, I've got a temper because of certain reasons. I smoke weed because
it helps,
you know what I mean? That's obviously I just thought, yo, this is normal. You know what I mean? Like, but really and truly, like, when you start digging into it, you know what I mean, you realise, like, oh shit, you do certain things, and that's made me understand other people now. Like, the more I've understood myself, I've started to understand other people now, like, from all different kind of levels. You know what I mean? Like, not even like in a sense like I know someone like better than them, but like I've clocked certain things about people now, that I've got that emotional intelligence about people now, do you know what I mean? I can clock certain shit, do you know what I mean?
Do you think, obviously you've only, I know how much you struggle to deal with it, but do you think when you did The Truth, and it was like the first time you spoke about your mum on a tune, do you reckon that helped?
Yeah, well, obviously it definitely gave me more confidence to start like rapping about my mum and shit like that, and
or more comfortable to
it definitely gave me more confidence just because of how much everyone was feeling it, and like, everyone was like messaging me about it and like proper rating, and that's like probably the most like
real tune,
most not even like most real, but like I mean like it's the most biggest reaction or most love I've ever had of ever doing music, really, like on like a tune that I've ever done. that's the most like organic, like
Yeah.
like yo, the proper rate that. Do you know what I mean? So obviously,
Is that your favourite tune?
I don't know. I feel like my favourite tune is always the one that I released last.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My favourite tune is the one that I've
Which
released,
is BLOCKA BOY.
Which is BLOCKA BOY. It's just dropped recently. But yeah, nah. Obviously, it's a different tune, innit?
Yeah.
It's like more like, obviously that's like more
Yeah.
like proper real rap, and then this one's more like a vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, nah, that's just, obviously it's gave me more confidence, man. You know what I mean? Rapping with certain things, you know what I mean? It's gave me more confidence. And obviously I'm gonna do more of it now.
Yeah.
100% I'm gonna do that now. You know, I feel like it's that time now, you know what I mean? Gone are the days where I was young and spitting bars, being a bit wild and just rapping, just being on mad shit and stuff. Gone them days now. It's just more like now I just kind of just tell everyone who I am, give man just the breakdown of who I am now, really. Do you know what I mean? That's why I'm kind of like bringing
Working
it back.
towards, yeah.
Working towards that. Do you know what I mean? Kind of just show everyone like who I am. Do you know what I mean? And that's just the aim now.
You need your EP out, bro.
Yeah, do you know what it is? I am gonna definitely be working on that. Obviously, I know you've came with a name. That's 100% going to be the name. I don't want to drop it yet.
No. We can keep it secret.
Yeah, I don't want to drop the name yet. But obviously you came up with that name. But definitely that's what the name's going to be. And I don't know when I'm going to be dropping that. I've got actually a track list there. Like
how many tracks?
It was like 10, 11 tracks on there. 10, 11 tracks on there. Couple of features on there as well. Couple of features, but some of the songs it was like ideas of like a couple of people that I've spoken to and said, yo, I need to rap a tune with you and that. And but since then I've sorted tunes out with other people, so it's like I've probably got a more bigger.
Well, I can imagine you could still make those projects. Yeah,
nah, definitely, 100%. Like obviously I'm more concentrated on like just dropping like singles and getting people just like hitting them with something like bam and then bam and then bam, because obviously at the moment in time I don't really have that much of a fan base. Do you know what I mean? I don't really, obviously I've got people that listen to my music and that, but I don't have.
It's not where you want it to be.
Yeah, I don't have that much of a fan base to just drop a tape, because I don't want to be just getting small streams.
You don't want to just waste it.
I don't want to. Do you know what I mean? I want to kind of like build it up, let people know who I am.
But at the same time, I hear what you're saying. But until you actually drop it, for all you know, bro, that could blow.
But trust me, it doesn't.
It's obviously it's a lot harder than it sounds.
Yeah, obviously it's one of them ones, innit? Obviously you've always got a chance of like something just taking off and that, but I feel like the chances of that are very slim. Like you need to go through the process of it, because you can just catch the wind maybe on like a trend, do like a one tune, and then that's it, bam, and then that's it. You want to really kind of like build. I'm more on building like in a process kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like hitting milestones bit by bit. Because I want to build like a career. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to just be here today and then gone tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? I kind of want to be like, I want people to be playing the truth in 5 years time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's basically the aim. Like to be playing my tunes. I don't want my tunes to ever die. Do you get me? That's basically what the aim is. So I'm more concentrated on like more the
make sure the product's solid.
Yeah. Authentic, real. Obviously vibes as well, don't get me wrong. Like I want to do vibes as well. I want to be relative to people, do you know what I mean? Relate to people, bring it back to my city, to Bradford. I want to, like, do you know what I mean? Just bring all of that together, do you know what I mean? Bring my side of like the uni, you know what I mean? And my family side, my where I come from, Africa.
Tell your story more, basically.
You know what I mean? Just basically do all of that and bring it all into this music thing, do you know what I mean? And basically that's just the aim, and I feel like that's my way of keeping this longevity thing. If I keep that about telling my story and just chasing the process and kind of being steady with it and just kind of just being humble, just going forward bit by bit, showing people bit by bit, and then when it's time, right, drop a tape, move forward like that. I reckon that's my way to, like, you know what I mean?
That's how you want to do it.
Yeah, that's the way that I want to do it.
That's the most important.
That's the most important way of doing it for me. Do you know what I mean? I've done a lot of research. Don't get me wrong. Like before, when I was younger and that, I was just chasing, like, just wanted to have fame. Really, like if I'm honest, like that's what man was just looking for. Really, just like he wasn't really thinking about how marketing, branding.
You're just thinking about ready to blow.
Yeah, like you're just thinking more like, yo, how do we make this banger and just take off, slap it on a channel, and you know what I mean? That's how man was thinking. That's how I was thinking. Anyway, do you know what I mean? That's what I was thinking. That's how I was thinking for a long time, all the way up until like last year, back end of last year, this year. You know what I mean? And I started to do a lot of research. You know what I mean? It's like looking into like artists that I've already took off and that. Do you know what I mean? Like AJ Trace, and I was just looking at some of like his management team, because he's completely independent. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just doing a bit of research about how he's done it and that, and looking at some research from his management team.
Is that why you want to be independent? I think that's the best way to be.
Essentially, I'm not really chasing the deal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's not. Do you know what I mean? It's not really in control of my destiny. Then
I've definitely noticed, like, even though this podcast is very small, I do like the independence. Like, if I was trying to, for example, grind and get a radio talk show or a late night talk show or some form of talk show on a platform, chances are I'm probably not gonna be able to speak what I want to say.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, it's one of them ones you definitely want independence. But obviously, I'm not saying that you can never get a good deal. Like, obviously, you probably can get a good deal. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, I've heard so much about how people get fucked over and stuff like that. So,
it doesn't seem like.
And obviously, I understand.
Snaky business.
With the research that I've done, obviously, I've took in a lot, and I definitely like believe in the research that I found. Do you know what I mean? And essentially, I found a lot of it. Do you know what I mean? Pointing in one direction about chasing the process, having a process, being yourself, being authentic. Do you know what I mean? And it's saying that everywhere and getting a lot of music out. Do you know what I mean? Letting people hear the music and stuff like that.
You want to have like a CV, basically.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. I want to build up a CV. I want to get to the end of the year and look back and be like, oh shit, yeah, well, I've dropped that many songs, I've got that many. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm moving with, like, I've got Preem Sound as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I'm doing music with Preem Sound as well.
Shout out to Preem Sound.
Yeah, shout out the guys. You know what I mean? Shout out Mads, K95, T, Jacobs. You got me, the guys. But yeah. Yeah, so obviously I've got my own little music thing, that's all, but obviously everyone in Preem Sound's got their own solo like things that they do as well. It's like, but then we've got what we do as a group as well. Do you know what I mean? And obviously we're working out things with that as well. Like we're planning to drop a tape with Amandem Sue, and now there's a couple of things going on, man. Like there's a lot of shit going on, you know what I mean? And
well, at least the one thing that I can say, even from the duration I've known you, even though you might not think the progression has been that mad, you've definitely made steps, all of you. All going in the right direction. That's what I think, at least.
Respect for that, man. We're trying, innit? We're trying to...
You got to try.
We've got to try. That's all we can do, man.
That's literally all you can do. Give it your best.
Give it our best, you know what I mean? But hopefully it gets us somewhere, you know what I mean?
I think it will, personally.
You know what I mean?
What do you think to Love Island? Have you been watching much of this yet? I'll be honest, yeah, like... When I was younger, I used to rate Love Island a lot more. I even applied to go on Love Island
down
twice.
I get on, I'm not sure you.
I admit, I literally didn't even get past any stage. But bro, I could not go on Love Island now. Fuck that. It's not really a bit of me. Like I've seen like the last week. I've seen every episode.
I'll be jokes if you was on there. Oh God.
I couldn't do it. Trust me. But I've seen the last week. Because it's getting a bit more juicy.
Yeah. But
it's still not really a bit of me. I still watch it. I watch it and then I'm just like, what the fuck is this shit?
I've seen the odd few episodes, like, when my I was watching it, do you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, I'll see it and I'll just think, you know what? I have not got time for this, like.
Not my type of people that are.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, like, I'll see certain things in it, like, it'll draw me in because I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll be drawn in, I'll be watching for a bit, and then someone will be on there and I'll just think, oh fuck off, I can't even be asked that.
If we're talking topical, that Faye pisses me off.
Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I've been seeing a lot of shit online, but I've not actually seen all about that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. She's with that, was with that Teddy. But she's just one of them girls, she's the oldest one in there as well. Shouting about making her business with someone else, bringing everyone involved, shouting in front of other people, like it's just...
I know.
You're the eldest one there, and you're screaming about like that. It's just a bit embarrassing, to be honest. And also, What the fuck are you doing on Love Island 27?
Bro, do you know what it is? I don't even know which one this is, me. Like, I've been seeing bad shit. And I don't even know which gal it is.
Wait. I'll show
you. Know what I mean? I don't even know which one Teddy is, you know. I'm trying to think now which one Teddy is. I know there's Hugo. I know there's Toby, yeah. Oh shit, yeah. We're seeing her though. It was on just then, innit?
Yeah, we were watching Love Island.
Yeah, you're like,
So I mean, like, I do get slightly interested.
I haven't
it's like
seen
how my
the
mum,
episode when there was, you know what I mean?
Well, the way my mum describes TV, like that's like car crash TV. It's like when you see a car crash, especially if it's a bad one, you really want to look at it. But at the same time,
yeah,
shouldn't really. But yeah, man. Premier League starts this Friday. What are you thinking? Right, what are your predictions? Give me your Premier League winner, top 4, second, third, fourth, doesn't have to be specific, but top 4 and who you think's going to win and who do you think's going to go down.
I don't know about who's going to go down, but can you chat about the top 4 and that? I reckon top 4, Man City.
First. I don't think City are winning that.
I don't know if they don't get Kane.
They've only really got Grealish. Like, obviously they've got a great team.
If they get Kane, then fair enough. But at the moment, I'm just talking no specific order. So we've got Man City, Chelsea, Man U, Liverpool, or Arsenal.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Or Tottenham.
I was gonna say
Tottenham.
I think 5th. I think Europa could go to so many teams next season, bro. I think
there's even Leicester there as well.
Bro, there's Leicester. I think Leicester won't get top 4. I can't see them. The top 4 are too strong.
They had it last year.
Bro, they were literally in the top 4 all season, apart from the last 3 games, and they lost it.
So I mean,
no, but I think Chelsea will win the league this season.
Do you reckon they'll win it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be between Chelsea and United. I don't think United are going to win it, but we've strengthened well.
I'm more pissed off about Liverpool, me, to be honest. I just think, you know what, it's been a joke thing. Like,
Konate is good though. He's who you got. He's centre back. He's at 21.
Yeah, but
he's decent.
Up front, man. What is it? Just Salah again? Is that what we're doing? Salah, Firmino, and them man there. Is that what we're doing again? Just seems a bit boring now.
Everyone knows how you play now.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it needs something else now.
I don't feel like you're as threatening as you were 2 seasons ago. The aura isn't there as much as it was.
Yeah, I don't think so. Do you know what I mean?
Although Man United,
I doubt, but we'll see anyway.
Mate, Man United, I'm gassed for this season. We got to win a trophy this season. We've still not won a trophy with Oli, but we've strengthened well. Varane, Sancho, I'm happy. I still think we need another midfielder, CDM. We've got Martial and Cavani up front, and then next season.
Got Pogba though.
Yeah, but we need someone. We need like another. Really and truly, I think how they're saying we're going to be playing is 4-3-3.
Yeah.
But we've got Pogba centre mid, then we've got Bruno, but we've got Fred as the other position. It's not like Fred's good, but
yeah,
Fred's not going to win you a Champions League, is he?
Pogba is
so good.
Pogba's a baller. Do you know what I mean? And if you set things right for him in the team, he'll do well.
Yeah. Bro, he gets so much undeserved stick.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's definitely majorly down to the colour of his skin.
100%. That's just where it is.
It's just, mate, it pisses me off. Like, there was a season, when was it? It was a season that Ollie took over as caretaker, when he took over like halfway through the season when Jose got fired.
Yeah.
That was his best ever season on record, like better than any of the seasons that he had at Juventus, and he got the most amount of stick.
The racism in football is just an absolute joke. Like the Euros was an example of it. Do you know what I mean? It was just like it had us gassed for a bit when it was like, yo, you feel part of it, and
as soon as
boom, they just let you know, quick time. Like, do you know what? It's not that. But do you know what though? The way people came together, do you know what I mean? The inspiring in any way people came together.
Yeah, but it kind of ruined it though. I feel like it ruined it.
It ruined it. It definitely did ruin it. But they did get overshadowed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
There was a lot of people that was just showing support. You know,
we should have woken up the day after the final, and everyone was like, "Congratulations to the team, gave it their all, first final since 1966," and instead, everyone, well, not everyone, it's a bad word to use, but a lot of people, online especially, just hurled loads of abuse. The good thing was you see how many people came out in support of Saka, Sancho and Rashford. You've seen Saka had a standing ovation at the Tottenham Hotspur ground yesterday. They had a game, Tottenham versus Arsenal rivalries, and Saka came on and he had a standing ovation, which I thought was pretty good. But I mean, like, kind of. No, and look, what actually has been done though?
No, nothing ever gets done. Nothing ever gets done. It's just like there's a lot of outrage that goes on, and that's just about it. You get loads of love. You get loads of people saying, "We support you. We're with you. We're with you. We're with you," and that's it. It's just loads of people saying that they support you.
But do you know what it is as well?
It's just not actually gets done. Just a lot of people saying they support.
Do you know what it is? I feel like there are a lot of people that will say, "Oh yeah, we support anti-racism. We're all for inequality." And do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I feel like there will be a lot of people that will truly believe that. But then there's also a lot of people that are too weak-minded and too soft to actually speak up with their chest about something if they don't feel right. It's like, do you remember, I've talked about it loads on this, I think, but do you remember there was a video in Birmingham a few months ago of that girl that wasn't let in the pub and she was fucking spitting at the bouncer, calling him an N-word?
Yeah.
And you looked at everyone that was around them, no one said fuck all. It's because a lot of people in those situations haven't got the bottle to stand up for what's right, even if at heart they might think, like, there probably would have been people that been like, "Oh, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, not good that," but they won't actually have the bottle to step in and do something.
Oh yeah. But then how do you solve that then?
Well, that's what people have to fucking. That's what people have to do. People have just got to start realizing, fucking hell, like, it comes down to us. We've got a responsibility. Like, white people think that they don't understand their privilege sometimes. Like, that's why I feel it's so important to bring up issues that people are afraid to talk about with it. Because, like, if you don't speak about them, you're never ever gonna make a change. You're never ever gonna get places with it. And we are the only ones that can really do anything about it.
Yeah, no, 100%. And you know what? For me, it's just more like right now everything is out there, innit? Like, you know, innit? Like, it's fully existing. The Euros. The whole country was watching that. I don't care who you are. You could have been the richest person in this whole country.
You were watching that.
You was watching that, and you know what happened. And
you're still doing fuck all.
If you're not doing fuck all, and if you're not speaking about it being bad, and you're not telling people around you that it's actually bad and that's not what should be happening, you're part of the problem.
Yeah.
Because essentially, you know it's a big problem. Like, it's being reported everywhere. You know it's a big
silence
problem.
is accepted.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so what is your position then? This is when you're meant to choose. Like, okay, are you okay with that? What's your position? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're saying anything other than that's bad and that shouldn't be happening, and try to tell. If you're like, I don't know, if
or
you're
making a post or fucking putting a black square on Instagram, so
you know what I mean? Like, if you're not
putting your Black Lives Matter link in your Instagram profile,
you know what I mean? But that there, like, the Black Lives Matter thing, like, that one there is just a marketing campaign.
Yeah.
A lot of people have just, like, got that Black Lives Matter card thing. It's just there in the bio. It's just there in the bio. Not even an activist. It's like, okay, safe, cool. You got the BLM card in your bio. How's the fight for equality been going?
What have you done?
What have you been doing? Obviously, you got the card in there.
It's just a fucking look at me.
Do you know what I mean?
That's all it is. It's a look at me. I'm.
A lot of people just do you know what I mean? They just do that because they might know a couple of black people and that. You know what I mean? It's like, you're not even an activist. You and all your black friends, like, you're all chilling. Like, you don't need to pretend and that. You know what I mean? And put all of that. It's like a marketing campaign now.
It's fucking weird.
You know what I mean? But if you're gonna really be an activist, speak up on shit. Like, actually, like, I instantly, as soon as I see something, I'll just post everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, just to let everybody know what my position is in this situation. Like, because end of the day,
it's important to speak about important issues.
Yeah, it's important. You know what I mean? Obviously, I have to be careful as well, because obviously, I might say things that are wrong sometimes. You know what I mean? Out of fucking anger and shit. But
do you know what it is though? People, you say that, but like at least
you're
still speaking about. You got to be careful, yeah. But at the same time, as long as you, obviously, it depends on the severity of it. But like, you're always going to be wrong about something, and that's when you have those conversations and you speak to people and you realise, okay, maybe my position wasn't right, and it took me speaking to you and understanding you properly for me to realise I was wrong. And it's okay to admit that. It's okay to be wrong. As long as you learn and you accept that you were wrong, and you're not hiding about it, you're not trying to be like, oh no, I always knew that. And you sound. But Z, where can people find you, lad? Where can people find your music?
Spotify, Apple Music. I need a lot more Apple Music people streaming my music. So if you've got Apple Music, please go to Apple Music and stream my music, please, on Apple Music. That's what I need the most. Go to iTunes, type in BLOCKA BOY by Z, buy that 59p, buy the truth, support the guy. You know what I mean? Check out the tunes, because the more money that I make, the more music that I release. It's a good trade. That's a good trade. That's a good trade. You know what I mean? Trade. But yeah, everyone check out my stuff and check out the pod.
My guys, I'm gonna have it in the description anyways. @ZIntini.
Yeah, on Instagram. Yeah. Just check me out.
Yeah, I'll have it down there. But Z, my man,
bro, it's been amazing.
It's been a good podcast again. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.